Hello, my name is Dolores Vitero Presley, and I'm here to share my late husband's quilt made by his maternal grandmother. This quilt was made by Maggie Kidd Bullock, in about 1939. Maggie was born in Homer, Louisiana, and married Elijah Bullock, a minister. They had 14 children. Ed's mother, Glendora, was the eighth child to that union. During her marriage, they moved to Minden, about 30 miles away from Homer, where they owned a farm. Each summer, all the boy cousins would be asked to come to the farm to work. Now, Glendora married Henry Yancey Presley, and they moved to Dallas. But they left Ed there with Maggie for about a year. And Ed was about 4 when they left. He remembers helping his grandmother make this quilt. He had what he called the big scissors, cutting out the squares. And he remembers these squares were his grandfather's shirt. He would laugh at me because he said he didn't remember his grandmother having anything except these big scissors and a needle and thread. And he would laugh at me when I would come home with a rotary cutter, a cutting board, rulers, and all the things I felt necessary to make a quilt. This quilt is stuffed not with batting, but with old clothes, what they were calling crocus sacks, which are burlap sacks. There's some raw cotton in there, and even an old blanket. The quilt weighs a ton. I'll tell you a little bit about my husband. He started school in Minden at age 4, where he went to Webster Parish Training School for Colors. And at the end of that school year, he moved back to Dallas with his parents. But like I said, every summer, the boy cousins would have to come and help on the farm, and they would have to bring their bedding. Now, mind you, Ed was 6, 7, 8 years old, but they put him on a bus in Dallas, 217 miles away from Minden, with his blanket, and sent him out to the farm to help. We found this quilt in an attic when both of Ed's parents died in 1987. And he was so happy to find his quilt. We brought it back to California with us. And I, would ask him, can I take this to a meeting? Can I show it at a workshop? And I had to do everything short of signing an affidavit that I would guard this quilt with my life and bring it home in the same condition. I finally had to have it cleaned and was very fearful about having it cleaned, but found cleaners who did this sort of thing and was successful, but I haven't tried to mend it. I think the character is in the frayed parts, the holes in the back where you could see the batting, and that sort of thing. So this is my quilt now that my husband's no longer with me. And hopefully my kids will enjoy the quilt also. Hopefully not too soon, but they will enjoy the quilt later. Thank you.